The truth is that everyone has the potential to become rich, however, certain people have habits that are crippling their ability to build wealth. Luckily, if you can identify and correct these bad habits, then you can change your ways and build true wealth. The things you do today can influence your future. Good money decisions made now lead to a brighter, more financially secure tomorrow. Every money decision you make every day will influence the outcome of whether you'll be successful paying off debt or building wealth. So in today's video I will show you top 10 bad money habits that are keeping you poor. So let's dive into the video. Number 10. Shopping to boost your mood. Raise your hand if you've ever gone on a mood-based spending spree. If you have, you're not alone. There's a reason we often call it retail therapy. Shopping can feel like just the relaxing break you need from the stresses of life and work. Unfortunately, spending money to feel good can become a habit. San Francisco State University Assistant Professor of Psychology Ryan T. Howell writes in Psychology Today that shopping repetitively or compulsively can result in continued shopping, regardless of harmful emotional, social, and financial consequences. It's not that all shopping is bad. But while you're working on getting out of debt, buying things for the fun of it only keeps you in debt longer. So when you go on a shopping trip, find ways to save money. Number 9. Carrying a credit card balance. Carrying a balance on a credit card is like walking down the street with a hole in your wallet and letting money leak out. Suppose you are paying down a $5,000 balance on a card charging 15% interest. If you only pay the minimum amount each month, it'll take decades to pay off the debt and cost you thousands of dollars in interest. Devote every spare penny to getting rid of credit card debt. If you have other pressing debts, make a plan for dealing with all of them. Keep the balance from building again by making a new habit of paying off the entire bill every month, no exceptions ever. Your credit card bill will even show you how much you can save in interest over the life of your debt if you pay just a certain amount more than the minimum each time to your monthly payment. Number 8. Failing to fund a retirement plan. Are you confident that after retirement you will have enough money to spend? If you answered that you are confident, show that you may have a step-by-step retirement plan. But if you answer that there is no confidence, it is possible that you have not planned your savings yet. Or may not be unaware that you must start saving money. There are compelling excuses for putting off saving for retirement. But none of those excuses will matter if you reach retirement age with little saved. And, if you don't take advantage of your employer's matching contributions to a retirement plan, you're passing up free money every month. Start paying close attention to your retirement savings. If you can't significantly increase the monthly contribution you make to your plan immediately, increase it by 1% a month. Once a year, check the performance of your investments and rebalance your portfolio. Number 7. Irresponsible borrowing. Similar to making irresponsible use of credit is making irresponsible use of debt. Credit and debt are, after all, two sides of the same coin. Every day, it seems, your inboxes and mailboxes alike are overflowing with loan offers. Borrowing money for things you can't currently afford only puts you into deeper debt, however, making you more unable to afford even basic necessities. One way to stay conscientious about your borrowing and keep it down to a minimum is to limit it to specific needs, like a car to get to your new job or a refrigerator to replace your old, failing one. Don't accept the first loan offer you're made. Before deciding on a lender and a loan offer to accept, explore multiple potential lenders, not the least being your local credit union, with whom history and statistics suggest you may likely get the best offer of all. At the risk of sounding redundant, making a budget helps you avoid scenarios where you fall short financially and even need to consider taking out a loan. Number 6. Paying for cable or a landline phone. Cable TV prices are going nowhere but up. Free and cheaper alternatives to cable make experimenting worthwhile. But will you get out of your rut and try something new? Build a better habit. Before trying a change, record your viewing habits for a week or two to see how and if you're using the services you currently have. If streaming seems like a legitimate option for you, check out 13 streaming TV services that cost $20 a month or less. Ditto for your landline telephone. If you're able, drop the landline and use mobile phones only. If that seems too radical, refrain from using the service for 1 month or even just a week while you check out alternatives. Number 5. Failing to save for the future. Speaking of borrowing, to borrow a timeless saying and scientific principle, the only constant is change. That is, the only thing you can count on is the unexpected, yet one of the most common bad money habits is failing to prepare for that entirely predictable event. You may not know what form that unexpected event will take, but you certainly know that it's imminent. So, why not take steps here and now to protect yourself from whatever curveballs life invariably throws you next? One of the best ways to save is to do it without thinking about it. By automating your savings, perhaps to come out of your paycheck as soon as it's direct deposited, you avoid ever presenting yourself with the temptation of spending that money, instead of saving it. Number 4. Ignoring your debt. You know how children like to stick their fingers in their ears and shout, "I can't hear you," when someone tells them something they don't like? That's basically what you're doing if you know you're in debt but refuse to do anything about it. Those who tend to ignore their debt may try to avoiding phone calls from creditors and collection agencies, ripping up bills and statements without opening them, not knowing how much debt they carry. If that's you, you're not alone. But pretending your debt doesn't exist doesn't help. And denial causes even more damage than you started with. It's a lot like when you ignore symptoms of illness. Once you know how much you owe, create a budget including payment plans for each debt. If you owe a lot to multiple creditors, pay your utility bills and fixed bills first and then focus on the account with the smallest balance. It's called the debt snowball method. Early treatment can help, but delayed treatment could make your condition worse. Number 3. Keeping up with the Joneses. Real estate agents often say that it's better to be the worst house on the best street than the best house on the worst street. However, when your neighbors seem to have it all, the drive to be the best house on the best street can overshadow your spending savvy. Competition is a psychological trigger that can cause spending, and keeping up with the Joneses or competing against family members, neighbors, or friends can lead you to overspend. It's easy to fall into the trap of trying to buy things that other people have. Unfortunately, buying what you think you should buy forestalls thinking about your priorities. You could easily spend your way into debt and a poor financial future just by trying to fit in with your neighbors. Instead of keeping up with the Joneses, figure out what matters to you most, and stop spending on what's unimportant to you. Number 2. Expecting a miracle. People who are constantly in money troubles often believe that righting their finances would take a money miracle. However, you're never going to get out of debt by winning the lottery, landing a windfall from a wealthy relative, or having the world's best-paying job simply fall in your lap. When you're hoping for someone else to swoop in and save you from your bad habits, you're handing over the financial steering wheel and emotionally cutting yourself off from your debt. Of course, we all know that your credit, debt, and lifestyle belong only to you and only you can solve the problem. In other words, it's not really about the $5 you save or the extra $25 you decide to throw at your debt. It's the fact that you're making the decision in the first place that makes this psychological trick incredibly powerful. So instead of waiting for a miracle, start opening your bills and taking the time to make a budget. Number 1. Excessive lifestyle inflation. We all expect a particular life progression. Start at a modest introductory salary, then gradually earn more money as we gain experience. Improving your financial status through career shifts and raises can happen. But there's a difference between those who are regularly in debt and those who control their finances. Perpetual debtors increase their spending every time they increase their income. For example, let's say you earn $60,000 per year and get a new position paying $75,000. If you immediately buy a $15,000 car, the increase in salary doesn't do much. But if you manage your money carefully and funnel the additional income into paying off debt, you'll be better off. Lifestyle inflation can be a natural part of earning more and moving up the chain at work. But it's only acceptable if you're spending within your means. Spend what you can afford to maintain your valuable financial freedom. Those are the top 10 bad money habits that are keeping you poor. Hope you got some value. If so, make sure to subscribe to us for more videos and tap the bell icon to get notified with every new video from us. See you in the next video.